Wait, I should take my put my AirPods away since I'm doing this. Where is the case? Where is the case? No, the cards fell all over the place. Shit, damn it. Where is the case? Where is the case? Okay, there it goes. Take my time wherever I go. Yeah, wherever. I love that song by Michael. Free. I love that song. That's so me. Just taking your time, enjoying life, going at your own pace, not feeling caged in, not letting anything affect you, just enjoying your life. I really like that. It's really beautiful. This video, um, I'm really just taking advantage of the internet. Because I'm able to just like set boundaries with the internet and let people know how I am and everything like that. And also, give some wisdom and some guidance to people who may want to understand my philosophy, my mindset, my soul a little bit so that they can model themselves and do whatever they want to do with that knowledge. I really don't mind that. I think it's awesome to be able to help people in that kind of way and guide them. But for this video, it's more personal. It's, it's more about just letting people know kind of like the kind of people I surround myself with. I'm very strict when it comes to the people I hang around with. I don't like hanging around with people who do things that I'm not into. I'm a very, very, very strict person. Like very strict. I don't like being around people who have low vibrational energies. People who not into like people who are into like addictions and stuff like that. It's fine if you have like, something you're going through or anything like that. But like people who just like who let things control them to the point where they can't live and grow and be who they're supposed to be. Like they're bound to something because that addiction is something from their past that they're not addressing, right? But some people, they do things like they smoke because they smoke, they drink because they drink, they have sex because they want to have sex, they do these things, they work out, all these different things, but it doesn't really like affect like them, like who they are. It's not holding them back. I'm not really like, I'll be around people like that, I don't mind, but like when it comes to like my circle, like those who are closest to me, I like to be around people who are drawn to becoming masters in their own right. Like I'm not saying you have to be like me. I prefer for you not to be like me, because to be a master is to master yourself and to own yourself and be yourself, be your unique self. We're not the same. We're not supposed to be the same remotely. We're really not. We can be inspired by each other, but we're supposed to be our own unique individuals. So like I'm very drawn to people who value their life, take care of themselves, take responsibility and accountability for themselves, work on themselves, don't let things control them. They like to grow. They like to experience different things. They're their own unique person. They're confident in their body. They don't feel weird being their normal selves. They're authentic selves around me. They're willing to balance themselves and embrace all different aspects of themselves. They're not someone who's tempted by the crowd and want to fit in with everybody. They're more comfortable just being themselves. I'm more drawn to introverts who weren't really raised right and they had to figure out how to raise themselves, and extroverts who were raised right. So usually like from what I've seen, like people become introverts when they weren't really raised correctly, and then people become extroverts when their parents or the guardians or whatever allowed for them to just be themselves. Because that's really what like that comes from. Not being an introvert comes from not feeling comfortable to be yourself around people, like the majority of people. And when you're extrovert, you're just so used to just being around people who just don't care and just let you be yourself. That's usually what it stems from so far from what I've seen. But yeah, I like to be around people who, like people who are usually overlooked and no one really pays them any mind, and they're not really drawn to them. Those are usually the people that I like to be around because they're usually people who have a lot of depth to them, and they're usually really genuine people. They're usually really interesting people. They may not be comfortable talking about themselves or expressing themselves or whatever around people, but it's usually because they're not like the majority. So a lot of people don't understand them because they're their authentic selves. Where most people like to be around people who are just like them, right? But these people are unique, so they like being around people not who aren't necessarily like them, but who allow for them to just be themselves and that can understand them in certain aspects. I like being around people like that. I like being around unique individuals. So for me, like I just like being around people who are very loving people, pure-hearted people, and they honor themselves and they honor others, and they would never let anyone mess with them or other people around them. And you know, they're interested in so many different things in life. Like for me, like I know I'm like a music, I'm a music, yeah, I'm a music artist, but there's so much more that I want to do with my life. There's a lot of different things. Just I'm a very complex person. Like I like to be like have people in my circle that I can learn from. Like they have different things that they're drawn to, and I could learn from it, and I can teach them things that I'm into, and that's how we can bond by combining our worlds and by creating things, with our souls and our minds and everything like that, our uniqueness. I think that's really awesome. That's the kind of circle that I want to have. I want to have a circle where everyone can love each other and everything like that. All different kinds of ages, from minors to elderly, to beings that are ancient. If you believe in that thing, I believe in that thing. Because that's my world. I believe in that shit. Even like spiritual beings and like supernatural stuff. I'm into that shit. I don't care if you believe in it or not. That's my world. So it's real because that's my world. But yeah, I'm just into all different kinds of things like that. Like I just like people who are unique and people who are genuine and who honor themselves and others. Like I'm really not into the mundane at all. It's really boring. So for me, like I don't really care about how much money someone has. I don't care about how successful they are. I don't care about how popular they are. I don't care about any of those things. None of that stuff. I don't care for any of that stuff, and I don't chase people because the people who I'm meant to be with, we will naturally come together. Like that's what I'm into. Like like I grew up watching a lot of a lot of anime and playing a lot of RPGs where you have this misfit that does not belong and that goes on a journey and they come across all these other misfits naturally. It's not like they force things and all these different things. It's like it's just a bunch of misfits that comes together and they make their own community and stuff like that. That's what I'm more into. So like I'm just really into people who are just their authentic selves. Like I get really repulsed when I see people don't honor themselves and I see them settle for people who don't honor them and are not good for them and everything like that. Like and they keep on just like letting people do whatever to them and stuff like that. Like when it comes to like family situations, I understand that. I've been through it and I'm currently going through it. That's more like understandable because it's family and like if you're an empath, it's kind of hard to cut off family because you're so loyal and you love them so much. But eventually you realize you just gotta cut off people who aren't good for you. But when it comes to like strangers and stuff like that, like you should never let a stranger rule over you like that or like mess with you like that. You gotta like honor yourself. Be alone if you need to be alone. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's not worth being in a situation where they're destroying you and messing with you. Um, but yeah, I'm into people who's into supernatural stuff. I'm into people who's into, you know, helping the world, helping themselves, helping others, people who are genuine, altruive, people who have honor, people who want to improve their bodies, improve their minds, improve their souls, people who are into learning different things, mastering different skills, all these different kinds of things, people who go on all these different ventures and everything like that and believe in like the unknown, believe in make believe in like just like have a strong imagination and just believe in all these unique things that only their soul really can understand. Their mind doesn't really understand. I like soulful people, not like religious people. I mean soulful spiritual people that believe in their soul and walk in their soul's path. So that's what I'm really into. So like anything that goes against that, I'm just really not into it. Like it's just not really for me. Like for me, how I see everyone like that I'm close to, we're all children. Like, it doesn't matter if you're 5, it doesn't matter if you're 50, it doesn't matter if you're 5,000 years old. You're all children. Like, we're all children, you know? And another thing too, like we're all children, but like for me, like any like the minors and groups and stuff like that, they're babies. Like they're like babies. Like I don't really like I see a lot of situations like, you know, a lot of people don't let the kids just be kids. Like you should really just let the kids just be kids. Like it's so like I'm trying to open up my mind to it. You know, I'm trying my best to open up my mind to it, but I still not really into it. But like, you know, like young girls and stuff like that, like wearing like excessive makeup and all these different kind of things and trying to look older and stuff like that. It's just kind of weird to me because I can see through it. So it's really uncomfortable for me because I can see through it because to me it just seems like they're just trying to appeal to older men to get their validation of older men. But if but what an older man should really do is just want them to be themselves and just be a child. You know, like for me, like if you're trying to appeal to an older man, it comes with sexual like uh annotations, is that the word? But like it just comes off really groomish. Cause I learned what grooming is. It's weird. But yeah, it's just not really something I think kids should just be able to be kids. I don't think anyone should look at kids like that. It's gross. They're 18, but like 18 under, if I talk to someone and they're a kid and they're like not 18, I'm not even thinking about that. Don't associate me with that. That's weird. Like that's something that I noticed too. Like regardless of your age, you should be able to have friends that are minors and you should be able to build conversations with minors. You should be able to call minors. You should be able to text minors. But you should treat them like kids. For me, I like playing around with people and messing with people and everything like that. Cause I'm like that with everybody, even the older, like the elderly, everybody. But you need to respect people, just like with elderly people. I do, like even though if I like poke fun with them and everything like that, I respect them in the case. It's just like with a boss. You know, I joke and I poke fun at them and everything like that, but do keep it respectful at a certain level. Like it's an art. It's just my personality. I learned to master it. But certain things you know to do, certain things you just know not to do. Like certain boundaries you just don't cross, right? But yeah, I want to say it because I feel like a lot of people don't understand these things, and especially like in the entertainment industry, like it's kind of weird. I don't associate with that kind of stuff. I don't associate with anything that's like I don't associate myself with anything that's anti-life, like people who just don't value life. I don't associate myself with anyone who like hurts people and don't respect others and their boundaries and all these different kind of things. It's okay if you're learning and you're making mistakes. That's fine, because if you don't have the guidance and you didn't know, that's completely fine. But for people who know these things are wrong and they keep doing it, I don't want to associate myself with that. You know, I don't really like associating myself with people who are really like super programmed. They don't believe in longevity. They believe that they can only live for like 50 years or 100 years. I don't really like that. I like being around people who have faith and believe like, you know what? I want to be 50,000 years old. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. Like I don't like people who are like, like people who just are super imaginative, man. Fantasy. People who believe in fantasy. People who just believe in like more than just like the 3D world that they see. Cause like really, were we really just spawn here just to like do all this 3D shit? Like so like for me, like I'm not really drawn to people who are so fixated on the 3D, like they're so focused on money, like they're so focused on attention, they're so focused on all these like ungodly things. I'm not really into people like that. And honestly, like to be completely honest, I'm not into cowards and I'm not into people who can't own themselves. So if you're someone and I can tell you're homosexual and you can't be a homosexual, you can't claim that, I don't want to be around you. Cause why would I want to be around someone who can't like stand up for themselves? So if you can't stand up for yourself, how can I expect for you to stand up for me or anyone else you care about? You can't even stand up for yourself, right? Like I'm not really into cowards, like at all, at all. Like, if you care about something, then own it. If you want to be somebody, then be that person. Own who you are. I like being with people who master themselves and want it, and don't give a fuck, and are just themselves and want to be themselves. Because for me, the people I associate myself in my circle and everything like that, I like to make everyone comfortable. I don't really care about who you are or whatever. As long as you're a genuine person, you value life, and you care about people, and you're not trying to hurt anyone or anything like that. If you got to defend yourself and defend others, that's a different story. But you just value people. Be yourself. Who am I, even as an arbiter, who am I to tell you who you should or shouldn't be? I'm not here to control anybody. So if I can't control people and tell them who they shouldn't be on a spiritual level, who are these humans to tell you who you shouldn't or shouldn't be? They have no right to really do that. So I like to be with people who are just themselves. Just be yourself. I don't want to be with a bunch of people who try to act like me or act like others. It's boring. Like, just show me who you are. Just take your mask off. You know, like, I'd rather just be around people who just want to master their self and understand themselves and just embrace everything that they are. It intrigues me and opens up my mind and 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 my horizons, and it shows me things that I'm not used to. And it can really just, like, it makes life fun. Like, I feel like being with people who are just themselves and on their own unique journey and everything like that, and you guys tag along, I feel like that makes life really fun, because you guys get to experience different perspectives, different unique perspectives. Like, I like being around people who are not really into all the bullshit. Like, I'm not really into it at all. It's so fucking boring to me. I really don't care about what other people think about me. I really don't care at all. I don't. It's so boring to me. I really don't care about it. And I'm tired of acting like I'm not divine in nature and everything like that, because other people don't want to act like they are. Like, I know who I am on a spiritual level, and I know who I am on a physical level. And I want to be associated with people who are like that, because I tried fitting in with people who are more like normal human 3D, and it just doesn't work. And most of the time, like, you can't have a conversation with people because you don't really, it just doesn't click. So I like to be around people who are similar to me in nature, not the same, but like just similar to me in nature. And they just honor themselves, honor others, and they just have kind of like a lust for life, and a lust to understand themselves and to live, and just do things. Like, it really makes me confused when, like, people have like money and these things and freedom, but they just like don't do anything at all. Like, like, you have the ability to live. What is it that you want to do? Like, you have dreams, there's so much you can do. And even it's like, oh fuck, man, I have these ideas that I would like to do, but I don't see anyone doing it, or there's no options for that, or it's not possible, it doesn't exist. Then maybe that means you should create it, you know? That's still like the beautiful thing about money. Like, I don't have money yet, but I always understood these things. Like, money and being a creator is amazing, because when you have money, you're able to create. Like, you have money, you're a creator, you can just create shit. You can create your own world. Like, that's just so fucking awesome? Like like all this money that you get as like an artist or entertainer or whatever you're doing, whatever that you're making money with, like, you can use that to create your own world. I think it's fucking awesome. I always understood that shit. I just never had the chance to do it. But yeah, like, instead of just spending it on like material and all this bullshit, like, you can invest it on things that's gonna make you happy. So, like, we're not really here to fit in and just be just this fucking this like program like sheep person. Like, we're here to live, thrive, and create, and learn about ourselves and learn about others. So yeah, that's the kind of people I want to surround myself with. People who are like that, people who are weird. For me, like, you don't need to be even nervous. Like, I'm super open minded. Like, because I pick up on energy. Like it's just for me, like if you meet me, it's about two things that's important when you meet me. It's just energy and boundaries. So energy and boundaries. If you have good energy and good boundaries, and I'm in a good mood, if I'm not upset, I'm usually always in a good mood. Especially since I surround myself with the right people. I'm usually not in a good mood when people like mess with my energy. Like if I'm not around the right people, I usually am never in a bad mood. If I'm ever in a bad mood, it's usually because of someone else. But like if I'm in a good mood, or whatever, you come across me, it's just energy and boundaries. Just have, good energy and just be yourself and and just respect my boundaries. Just don't like, just respect my boundaries. I don't know you, so just be like ease into things. Even if you're like, oh my gosh, like he's so like interesting and this and that, just slow into it. Just slow into it, and then we can build up there. Like for me, like I really just pick up on things pretty easily. So especially since I'm just aware of like how the world is and everything like that. So I understand, a lot of us feel so alone and like we don't have people who we can resonate with or who gets us and understands us. So like I know some people can feel really strong towards me, and I feel that same way. I can feel really strong towards others too, but discipline is really important, and you just slow into it, because I know it also comes with the idea of, oh my gosh, what if I lose this person? What if this person's no longer, what if this is my only opportunity, or this that? Like take away fear. Like fear is so unnecessary. You just talk to the person's there, and things will just progress. But yeah, like if you see me and you want to be friends with me or whatever, just come friendly, just be yourself. You can make mistakes, you can be goofy, you can fuck up, whatever. I'm really shameless when it comes to myself and who I am. I really don't care. I'm just me. I really am. I don't get embarrassed when it comes to myself and how I present myself to the world, because that's just who I am. So I just like to be my natural self. If I make mistakes, I learn from them. And yeah, I just want to just be me, and I want to be around people who are just them. We're flawed people, I don't expect for anyone to be this perfect being, you know. It's better for us to just show all aspects of ourselves, in glimpses and everything like that. And, we can help each other grow and become better people. That's the whole fucking point. But yeah, just be you when you're around me. Just be you, because I'm just going to be me. So you're going to see me being me. You may feel uncomfortable because you're not being yourself. So if you want to be in my energy, just be yourself, because like I'm a really free spirit. So I'm just always me. And it's kind of boring when I'm always like, and it makes me uncomfortable when I'm always around people who are not themselves. And just like, it just makes me feel uncomfortable, because I usually get like envy energy, and like, or like they're like intimidated by me, like fear or like some kind of envy or jealousy. That kind of energy directed at me, and just makes me really uncomfortable. It's like, man, I just want to be me. Why you have to be intimidated by me being me? So yeah, I like for people to just be themselves. If you fuck up, if you don't feel like you're weird, don't feel like you're this or that, whatever, just be you. Just don't think. We're not really here to think too much. Just live and exist. I don't really think at all. I really don't. I just live. I just enjoy myself. But yeah, that's how I am. And yeah, I don't really want to associate myself with people who I don't like. Just because I'm famous and everything like that doesn't mean I want to take pictures of everybody. I don't. Fans, yeah, I'll take pictures of fans, but like people who other like celebrities and famous people, I'm not really interested in it. I had to establish a relationship with you, because I don't want to be depicted with people who are not prevalent in my life. I don't want to just be depicted with anybody. So yeah, I want to be depicted with people who I respect and who I have a connection with. So please, no pictures. I don't want a picture of you. If I want a picture of you or we take pictures together, it's because we both honor and respect each other. I'm not fake. I'm a really genuine person. I'm really honest too. So also don't come to me with like like condescending energy or any of that like weird energy. I can see through it all. It's really weird because I'm a really honest person. So like, or that fake bullshit energy, like I could just see through it. I've been dealing with it for 25 years, so I just see through it. I'm really conditioned with it. But yeah, just be you, and I'm gonna be me, and yeah, just be yourself, man. Please. I'm tired of dealing with all these fake people who are just embarrassed about what losers think about them. They're losers. Like, why should you care? They're just losers. Not trying to be mean, but it's the truth. You know, just be you. And I'ma be me. Look at me. I look dusty as hell. I really don't care. I don't give a fuck. I still look good if you ask me. Shit.